I spent my whole life vowing not to be my father. Now, my daughter is starting to look at me with the same fear I used to have for him. The hospice was a quiet, sterile place that smelled of bleach and fading hope. He was in a private room. When I walked in, I barely recognized him. The man who had been a titan of muscle and rage, a roaring fire that had consumed my childhood, was now just a pile of sticks under a thin white blanket. His skin was yellow and translucent, his breathing a shallow, wet rattle. All the strength, all the power, was gone. All that was left was the hardness in his eyes. He saw me, and a flicker of something passed over his face. Not joy, not relief, something else. Recognition. I stood by the bed, my wife and daughter waiting nervously in the hallway. I didn't know what to say. "You wanted to see me," was all I could manage. He coughed, a dry, rattling sound. "The girl," he rasped, his voice a ghost of its former power. "Is she strong?" "She's happy," I said, my voice cold. He held my gaze. "Not the same thing." He was quiet for a long time, his eyes searching my face. Then he said the words I never thought I'd hear. "I'm sorry." The words hung in the air, heavy and strange. I waited. For the excuses. For the justifications. They didn't come. "I'm sorry," he repeated, his voice barely a whisper. "For what I did, and for what will happen." "What does that mean?" I asked, a strange knot of dread tightening in my stomach. "What's going to happen?" He tried to smile, but it was just a grimace of pain. He reached out a trembling skeletal hand and gripped my wrist. His skin was cold, but his grip had a shocking, wiry strength. "It's a full circle, son," he whispered, his eyes boring into mine. "We all end as we began. It's just the way of things." And that was it. His eyes lost their focus. The hand gripping my wrist went limp. He made a long final rattle from his chest, and then he was still. He was gone. The funeral was a small, awkward affair. A few of his old work buddies, a distant cousin. I said the words you're supposed to say. I accepted the condolences. And then I went home, feeling empty. I didn't feel relief. I didn't feel closure. I just felt hollow.